Это тоже. Ну нет, да, да, да. Ну, традиция просто у нас такая в стране, понимаешь? Отчество. Не просто так это вот там. Фон, шмон. Я не знаю, как у немцев у них там записывают твою фамилию или нет. А у нас это как бы паспорт прямо. То есть это да. Поэтому просто вот так. Не знаю. Ага. Да, ну. наоборот, смотри, на выпад. Ага. Давай, давай, давай. Да. Ну, да. Нет, ну наоборот, смотри. Я готов. Ну, ну, наоборот. Вот это да. Ну, да. Ну,
LinkedIn, сразу же видно там, что я работаю в IT. Да, я тот самый всемогущий сисадмин, Windows от начальника, фаерволов, командир. Работаю немного, честно, вообще не парюсь. Вон качается FIFA, поливаю кактус. Не каждый день же случаются кибератаки. Валентин, кибератака! Извините, надо поработать, тут запарка. И все? А что еще надо? На чем мы там остановились? Есть пиноколада, будете, сам делаю. Времени до хрената, извините, алло. Да, подняли зарплату. Поздравляю! С чем? Лучший работник квартала. Эх, Душнилов, как фамилия совпала. Слышь, Заколебалова, как ты меня заколебала? Ой, все, что-то я залипаю. Вы не против, если я часок покемарю? Могу себе позволить, ведь пока я сплю, мне помогает Касперский Endpoint Security Cloud. Касперский Endpoint Security Cloud. Касперский Endpoint Security Cloud. Касперский Endpoint Security Cloud. Касперский Endpoint Security Cloud.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Piano TV. So today my laptop is sad and at the doctor, at the shop, getting repaired. So I thought we'd just do like a simple video today, just a little sit down, talk. So today I just wanted to sit down and talk to you about the issue of motivation. So with piano, as with anything, motivation tends to like go and come and go in phases, right? So there's times where you're like super pumped up and you like want to practice piano all day long. And then there's times where you just can't. You think about practicing and it's like nails on a chalkboard of the chalk. So what I wanted to talk about today is how to keep that motivation going, how to keep it like kind of going at an even keel. And I'll just like talk about some things that I've learned over the years, my own experiences and stuff, and hopefully you'll find something useful here. And hopefully the audio of this video is fine. Since I don't have my laptop set up in front of me with like its nicer, like I have a microphone thing. I'm not sure if the camera's audio is going to be as awesome, but we'll make it work today. I think the most important thing that I need to do in life, not even just with piano, is to give myself a continual source of inspiration so that it kind of like helps keep the fires burning. So, for example, one thing I like to do is I read a lot of books and I listen to a lot of audiobooks. Sometimes I'll like more motivational material because I feel like it just helps me to be like, yeah, like, keep being awesome. And the same thing you should do with music. So one thing for me that I find really inspiring, there's like certain albums that if I listen to, it just puts me in a state like, it makes me remember how much I love music and how much I love to play music. So sometimes when I'm feeling like a little So for example, one thing I like to do is I read a lot of books and I listen to a lot of audiobooks. Sometimes I'll like more motivational material because I feel like it just helps me to be like, yeah, like, keep being awesome. And the same thing you should do with music. So one thing for me that I find really inspiring, there's like certain albums that if I listen to, it just puts me in a state like, it makes me remember how much I love music and how much I love to play music. So sometimes when I'm feeling like a little sluggish, all it takes is just like revisiting a favorite album or a favorite song or something to like pump you up and get you, more excited to sit down at the piano. And I mean, you want to think about, like, why are you learning piano? What is your reason? It doesn't matter to me what your reason is. Like, maybe you're doing it for fun. Maybe you're doing it so you can, like, show off to your friends. Maybe you're doing it because you want to, like, it's just, like, a personal challenge and you want to see if you can, like, advance in the grades and stuff like that. Whatever your reasons are, remember those. Those are your goals, right? So even if you're just playing piano to have fun, that's a legitimate goal. Chill out and unwind and, like, have a fun hobby. They have to remember to keep piano fun. And I know that seems really, really obvious, like you're playing piano for fun, obviously you need to keep it fun. But sometimes we tend to like bog ourselves down with so many challenges and hurdles. We get like really serious about everything. So sometimes you gotta just like catch yourself. Are your practice sessions like super serious and are you like struggling a lot, or are you actually like having fun? If that's your goal, you have to make sure you're doing that. And on the topic of keeping things lighthearted and fun, you make like little games for yourself. Give yourself rewards. I'll show you this. I'll cut to it on the screen here. I have this little board, and I'm looking at it right now. And for every 20 minutes that my students practice, or that I practice, I do it too, you get to move one spot. It's like you climb up the mountain, and then when you get to the top of the mountain, you get a prize. It's like, oh, that's like a little kid thing. But doing things like that to yourself, even as an adult, it helps like keep you in that playful, childlike mindset. That's so important when you're learning anything, because again, you don't want to be like so serious about everything. And I do believe in the power of good reward. Like, I don't know what I'm going to give myself when I get to the top of that mountain, but maybe I'll get like some chocolate or something. And one thing that can be really frustrating when we're playing the piano is just constantly like looking ahead, like, oh man, look at that person playing piano, they're super awesome. I'm not even anywhere close to that skill level. And it's kind of depressing, especially like I used to have students tell me like they would get super pressed because they go on YouTube and like try to learn their song, and there's like some 6-year-old playing a song that they're really struggling with. When you always compare yourself to people who are like miles ahead of you, it can be kind of depressing. So I feel like sometimes it's more worthwhile instead of like looking ahead like that to look back at your own progress. So maybe you've been playing piano for a year, maybe you've been playing it for 2 months, but I'm sure you can look back at old songs, look back at old books, and just see like how far you've actually come. And that can be really inspiring to think like, holy crap, like a year ago I couldn't even like do single note jams, and now I'm doing like hands together stuff. Like, you gotta give yourself credit for those small wins instead of always like reaching. I don't want to say don't reach for the stars, because I mean obviously you want to like strive to be awesome and to learn those really hard songs, but sometimes you gotta look at the past. Especially if you're playing piano with a teacher, which I recommend you have a teacher for obvious reasons. I'm a piano teacher, so I kind of understand the value of a piano teacher. But if you're learning on your own, I want you to think about like, who were your favorite teachers in school? Maybe you're still in school, maybe you're not. But your favorite teachers probably weren't the ones who were like really strict and like judge, like, oh man, you did a bad job, do that again. So don't do that with yourself, right? Be a good teacher to yourself. I mean, even if you have a piano teacher, this is still something to remember when you're at home by yourself practicing. You don't want to be like, you know, oh, I played that wrong, bad self, gotta do that again. Like that's just not gonna end up with giving you like positive associations with practicing piano. Be like a good teacher to yourself. So what kind of teacher do you consider good? Someone who maybe can point out constructive criticism and you know, like problem things to work on, but some people find strengths and be like, that was awesome. So that's so important. If you're playing something, instead of being like, oh, every mistake all the time, remind yourself, like, what are you doing good? Like, what's working? Be nice to yourself. Practicing piano to me relates a lot to exercising, with maybe the difference that I like practicing piano a lot more than I like exercising, but I feel like there's parallels in how to approach them, the best ways to kind of like make it not a struggle to do. So with exercise, for me, if I don't make it a daily routine, like same time every day kind of thing, then I just fall into the habit. It's too hard, right? So it's kind of like that with piano. If I don't have like a scheduled time to play and like make that time, then I'm just not going to do it. So sometimes motivation is simply an issue of not having a routine, and that's it. Remember to stay flexible too, because sometimes we can get really rigid. Like, you know, maybe I pick up a song and I start learning it and I'm like really determined to learn it, but maybe it's like way too tough. Or maybe I'm halfway through a song and I just don't like it, or I'm not really into it, I'm not feeling it, but then I'm like, no, I started this, I gotta finish it. Sometimes it's just better to let those things go, because they're gonna drag you down. You know, you're gonna show up at the piano bench and dread it because you have this insurmountable hurdle, or you know, something you don't even want to do. So stay flexible, like give yourself challenges, but you know, constantly adjust them so that they're suitable. And another thing with motivation is that giving yourself little challenges and accomplishing them is huge. Like that'll kind of keep you motivated, because when you achieve something, you get that little like boost of positive energy, and then you feel good about yourself, and then you want to keep doing it. So it's kind of like finding the balance between giving yourself little challenges and giving yourself like giant hurdles that you can't accomplish without like, you know, support, like something that might take a really long time to do. So find the balance between really, really tough goals and really realistic, achievable goals. Like what I prefer for even myself, but for my students, is I don't make them a piece that's going to take them longer than a month to get start to finish master, if they so choose to master it. Because if you're stuck on a song for like more than a few months, it gets really tedious and it can be really disheartening too. And I feel like having a steady stream of smaller but more achievable challenges is a lot more motivating than really big projects. It's a little bit, I feel a little bit saying this next one out loud, but like it really is important to sometimes just like sit and daydream about your goals and what you want to accomplish. So it's just like, I don't know, sometimes when I'm lying in bed at night, it's like my brain goes to like my ultimate reality where I'm like playing Ratchet and Dog perfectly or something. Like sometimes of visualizing something like what you want to achieve, doesn't matter what it is, like big or small, can really fire you up. It's like, yeah, I want to do that. That sounds awesome. And then you're kind of boosted up to go get that goal. Kind of like takes you outside your reality for a little bit. And if you're really slogging, like you've had trouble for, a few weeks or a few months where you just kind of practice like constant low motivation and you're forcing yourself to go to the piano, but it's forcing and it doesn't like come back up as like being, excited to play again, just take a break. That's okay. Like it's not like if you go away from the piano for a month and then you come back, get everything, to play anymore. Sometimes like that's the best thing you can do is just walk away from something. Then little things in life will start to like rekindle that flame. Like, I don't know, maybe like going for a nice walk and listening to the songs, like, oh yeah, music is pretty fun. Or, maybe you see your friend play piano and you're like, oh yeah, that, okay, I'm gonna practice again. But there's no harm in taking a break. And sometimes that's the remedy, that's the antidote. So that's just off the top of my head, some of the things that I do to combat any low motivation. So just to kind of like reiterate a few things, make sure you're not hard on yourself. Don't so negative. Like try to find good things. Try to be positive about the whole experience. Have fun. Give yourself treats and keep your eye out for inspiration. Like surround yourself with inspiration. Have like an inspiration that, or like listen to good music or listen to good books or anything that keeps you like fueled up to keep bettering yourself as a human and practice piano. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you found it helpful, and I hope that if you're struggling with the motivation issue, maybe found something here that you could try. And I'd love if you share your experiences or like what you do when you're like kind of down in the dumps and you crawl out of it. If you have any other suggestions, definitely leave in the comments below. I always like to read what you have to say. And as another note, I just want to remind you have a 32-page practice piano and enjoy it. Actually, I think it's exactly those words. I know the name of the note, but if you want to check it out, I'll link it in the description box. It's completely free, and it's basically just everything I've learned from over the last 10 years on what I think makes like the good use of your practice. I'll let you check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Send us a like if you liked it, and I'll catch you next time. That was my foot. Noise. DNA.
Central DNA.
DNA. It's the most comprehensive testing kit currently out there.
Gives you over 500 reports about yourself. So much more than just getting to know who your ancestors are.
So there's so many different categories. You've got your diet, your nutrition.
What type of exercise is best, suit your body?
Your risk for certain diseases.
Definitely worth trying.
Hello Jason, let's get ready to start your exam. Would you like to do the scales and technical work first, or would you like to do your pieces? Scales and technical work. Okay, in that case, can we please have E major scale for legato? And now A flat major staccato piano. Could you now play me E harmonic minor with a crescendo and diminuendo legato? Thank you, and let's have G sharp melodic minor 4. Let's have the chromatic scale in similar motion, a minor third apart, starting on C and E flat, mezzo forte legato. C and E chromatic scale. Let's have the chromatic scale in similar motion, a minor third apart, starting on C and E flat, mezzo forte legato. Now then, with your right hand, E major scattered in thirds, forte and legato. Thank you. Now we're going to move on to the arpeggios. Could you play A flat major with a crescendo and diminuendo staccato? Thank you. And now E minor arpeggio, forte and legato. And the diminished on A to forte staccato. And the dominant seventh starting on E, piano and legato. Thank you, Jason. Now we're going to go on to do exercises in the back of your book, and I'd like you to choose the first one. Which one would you like to do? Number 2A? Okay, when you're ready, start. first piece is the Bach Pirouette. Okay, when you're ready to start, off you go. Thank you, Jason. Now let's move on to your next piece, the Sonata in F. final piece, which is Water Ragtail by Scott.
In terms of dynamics, it starts off fairly quiet and then builds up middle of the piece, and the second half is slightly louder than the start.
Anything else, or would you like to hear it again?
Hear it again.
Okay.
Time signature's 4/4, I think. There's mainly legato. The melody was in the right hand. The accompaniment was mainly block chords in the left hand. And I think it's like a dance.
Thank you. Okay, so the second question, here is a section of the piece. Tell me what cadence comes at the end.
Imperfect.
Thank you. And the third question is a copy of the first part of the piece as I've been playing it so far.
Наполитан, да. Вот это есть. звучит